What do you say we get a Biscayne sanded today, guys? Or at least get as far as we possibly can. She's close, guys. I mean, look at that roof. Look at that roof. I gotta finish up. I gotta go over and scuff a few areas where I got primer overspray on. But I gotta finish the dash. I still gotta spot putty the center because I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna go quickly over the jams again. I know I already sanded it all, but when I primed that roof, overspray got on stuff, and I want to make sure everything's prepped and ready. I'm going to go around and hit a few spots like that spot putty there. I got to do the whole tail end here. I don't know where that rag came from. I got to do that spot putty there. You know, just go around and double check everything, you know. It's been a minute since I've sanded all this, so I want to make sure everything's ready. Yeah, I think we'll see some paint this week. It is Cinco de Mayo, everybody. May 5th, 2025, Monday morning. Let's see if we can't have a blessed week this week, guys. All right, I'm gonna get busy. First off, I gotta change my battery because it's on 3%. Yep. And it is a beautiful day out there right now. They're calling storms this afternoon. Again. All right, guys. I am going to get set up, change my battery, and get dusty. Here we go. I'm sitting here getting ready, and I'm walking around the car, and I'm looking at it, and I don't know what's going on, but for some reason this car is sitting crookeder than a politician. I don't understand it because it don't normally set crooked. I don't know if it's where it's setting on the floor or what, but I'm gonna add a little more air and see if that levels her out. No, it didn't. Huh. I don't know. Oh well. I'm sure he'll figure it out when he finishes up his air ride. But right now I got sanding to do. There's a lot of nicks and crannies in this thing. You know what? I don't think he's ever brought me the ashtray. I can't remember, but I think he said it was covered with chrome or something. That might be the reason he never brought it. Hey guys, today is the final day for early voting. Go vote, make your voice heard. I don't know about where you're at, but where we're at, they're trying to raise our taxes again for something that they've raised our taxes for 4 times now. And they have not provided what they've raised them for. So, yeah, you know where I'm voting. I don't mind paying for something that we receive. And that's, if they're gonna do what they say, I have no issue with that. But when they've proven over and over that they're just getting the money and not doing anything with it but lining their own pockets, that ain't right. So yeah, today at lunch, you know what I'm doing. Nice thing is I had most of this sanded out already. I'm just going over it to make sure everything's where I wanted it. Hello? Yeah. Remember, this stuff was already sanded. All I'm doing is making sure any of the overspray from the primer is off of it. It ain't gonna take much. guys, I gotta keep the 1,440 minutes under control. That's right, that's right. Keep that 1,440 minutes under control. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some spot putty on the dash there. Let that be drying while I'm doing the door jams and stuff. Gotta get my mind back in my work here. Yeah. My spatula's just a little bit too big. And I hate spreading Bondo. It's not Bondo, but it's the same thing. You. I guess that'll be close enough, right? you got a lot of overspray on that one. And the tops of these. The sides don't feel so bad. Alright guys, I don't know if you can tell, I had a lot on my mind this morning. Sometimes you just gotta say, you know what, I'm done. You can say you're not gonna let something take your minutes. But we are human. Well, I just went to lunch and we run down there to do our early voting, and you know, they wasn't open. Supposed to be able to do it till 8 p.m. tonight, but okay, that's fine. I'll just go in the actual time to do it. Yeah, then, you know, we had a couple bills to go take care of, and I come back to the shop. I need to keep my head straight on this, and the things that were on my mind is actually closed. It's over. It's done. All right, now I'm gonna finish scuffing this up, and I got a little bit of spot putty right in that area right there that I gotta take care of. And then we're gonna go to the other side and get it ready. I've already done this jam over here. I've gotta sand the firewall, re-scuff that fender over there, or quarter panel, across the back, and the dash. Let's get her done. You know, guys, I gotta get this thing done. I gotta get this car under paint so I can get it assembled. Remember, this is already blocked out. So, all I'm doing is double checking and scuffing because it's been, over a month since I did the blocking. I want to double check, make sure everything was right. Because when I get this primer on here, I want to be able to wet sand it and go right into paint. It's not taking much just to go over it and check it out. And I know down here, the primer ain't gonna stick like it does on the top flash. Where is my blue creeper? I found it in the corner hiding. But it can't escape me. Jimmy crack corn, I don't care. Where's my other block? Where did my block go? Oh, there it is. That's mo better. You guys, funny story. I come back. Hold on, I gotta fix that TV. Be right back. Yeah, funny story. When I come back, I pulled into the parking lot here, and there was a guy on a scooter right up against the showroom looking in at the cars and stuff. And that's normal. I get that all the time. And I love it. Come look, you know, everybody's on camera, so if anything happens, I got IDs. But I backed into my parking spot and I look, and Ornery is sitting right up against the glass looking up at him. And when he walked over to the next vehicle, she walked along the ledge over and stayed right underneath of him. I don't think he even realized there was a cat there watching him. The mob boss is busy. She was making sure, not that she could do much, but she was making sure nobody came in. What I need to do is start bringing Belle out here and make her presence known. I think a lot of people will be deterred from any mischievous stuff, you know? I'm gonna say that quarter is bootyful. Now I'm gonna grab a piece of sandpaper and just hit these edges. Hit those edges, and I guess I'll hit the top side below the back window real quick again, because I don't know. I don't really like Scotch-Brite pads. Man, that feels good. The dust is making my nose itch. All right. Scotch-Brite is good for certain things, like getting little crevices that it's kind of hard to get with the sandpaper that's stiffer. It floats into the little crevices, but I don't feel all that great about, you know, I gotta get that window edge right there. I don't feel real good about going over the surfaces because You know, all that is for is to get an etch where you couldn't get an etch before. I gotta do this trunk jam too. Yeah. Guess since I'm working my way around, I guess I'll jump up in the trunk and go ahead and get those edges real quick. Can you see right there? Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the side here. Why, hello. Ow. I think that rain's almost here. It's starting to get a little humid, guys. I'm just glad we got to see a little bit of dry weather. Spring, I believe, is pushing farther and farther out every year. Taking longer to get here. Yeah, Elaine has grabbed me. Now, to work on this spot putty area. There's actually quite a bit of overspray. I guess that happens sitting out in the shop where you're painting and priming and doing all kinds of things, you know. I'm gonna get a new piece of sandpaper on this. Hey, now stay on there. Man, I'll tell you what. I think when this car is done, Adam is going to have one of the cleanest 63 Biscaynes around. Is it going to be perfect? No. Perfect don't get drove. Is it going to look perfect? I certainly hope so. Am I perfect? No, definitely not. But I do what I do, and I make it the best I can. you guys want to see other stuff going on with this car, slide over to Grease Spot Garage. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. He's got plenty of subscribers, but he don't have the watch hours. So sit there and watch the videos, guys. Let's get his watch hours up. And if you know Adam, you know that he is one heck of a good dude. Now see, that's the reason you go back and sand, because I did not sand in that window right there. That's why you want to keep double checking, because, well, I'd have noticed it because I'd have had to wipe the car down before primer, but when you're wiping a car down, it sucks when you find stuff like that, because then you got to re-wipe. You know how I am. I hate rework. Yeah, I do believe that humidity is climbing. Y'all just wait till you see that paint scheme come alive, man. Yeah, buddy. That's right, this thing's gonna pop. When you see that paint scheme, I know, a lot of you have been waiting. A lot of you have been waiting for a year to see what this thing looks like when it's done. Well, let me tell you a thing or three. June 15th was my show last year, and he brought this car to my shop June that day. So, yeah. It's almost been a year. Almost been a year. I'll tell you what. When Adam come in here, hobbling in here, I should say, I was like, well, I got another quickie job here. You know, all he wanted done was swap the roof out. By the time he left that day, he not only said we're going to go ahead and finish the car out, but he left the show and drove an hour away because he found another hood on Marketplace. He drove an hour away, bought the hood, brought it back, and we designed that hood to go on this car that day. And from that day on, the car has grown from just a quick driver paint job, so he got something to cruise in, to one of the baddest cars around. If I remember right, at that time when he brought it in, he was planning on putting just a small block down in this thing, and it snowballed just like our snowball family into an LS. And then it snowballed into a built LS. That LS, if nothing else, is really pretty. I don't know the technicalities of what's been done to it. I'm not a mechanic. But to hear him talk of what he's done to it and what I've seen him do to it, it's gonna get this little lowrider right here scraping the ground really quick. And I cannot wait to see what he does with this car after he gets it back. Now, what our plans are, I'm gonna get everything edged. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the roof, because you know how I am. I don't like reaching over wet paint to paint a roof that I can barely reach. I might have long arms, but I got short legs. I do have both legs though, and I got both arms. I do. All right. Let's go ahead and get the side scuff back out. I need to get me a 4-post, guys. One of these days I might make enough money to afford one. If I had a 4-post, it'd be up here. 2-post is fine for most things. I've got this in-ground 2-post, but you know how I feel about that. Get a drink of my coffee. Yeah. Can't wait to see this thing done, guys. Don't forget, June 14th this year, Shelby County, Ohio Fairgrounds, we're having a show. In fact, I need somebody local to make some flyers up for me. Need to get that stuff going because we got right at a month. We got about a month, guys. 1 month ain't much. It ain't much time at all. But you know what? I've never failed on a deadline yet. Will this be it? Will this be the one that makes me late on a deadline? Stay tuned to find out. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Click that old bell. And you know this ain't the only project that's got to be done that next month. I got my own truck that's got to be done and ready too. There's going to be a lot of painting coming up real soon, let me tell you right now. Man, I'm so glad I've already got the blocking done on this. And all I'm doing is double checking and cinching. I know who that is. It's another Honda coming in. Yep, that's who it was. I have a 2011 Honda little SUV thing coming in. It'd been crashed. Needs both passenger doors and passenger front fender. Come on now. That should be a pretty decent one. I have to straighten the firewall. It's another salvage job. It's been a few years since I've done a salvage. But you know what? I'm not restricting myself. The only vehicle I don't want to mess with is a Corvette. And some of you know the real reason why. Yeah, buddy, this thing's looking good. Uh-huh. Alright, I'm gonna hit the edges, get the jam. I'm gonna get a jam on, man. Get the jam done, and then I'll do the tail end of it. Once I get that tail end done, this thing will be ready for cleaning. There's gonna be a lot of cleaning, guys. A lot of cleaning. And then I gotta get some parts out of the paint booth to get this thing in there. I'm not complaining or nothing, but the rain hasn't hit yet. That's a good thing, because I gotta get in there and clean my pump on the pond again. I've already sanded all these jams. Just gotta knock off overspray. I got in a hurry when I did the roof. That's all right. Oh yeah, I gotta finish the dash yet. No. Man, I thought I was done climbing inside of this thing. Figures. Alright. I'm gonna have to change the battery again, and I'll bring you over there. I wonder if I could, yeah. I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers and see if I can get them out without breaking them. Somebody's already broke one and put a fender clip on it. I got them out without breaking them, believe it or not. Ow! I'm thinking this area might be for a like a heater control or something like that. I don't know, because here's the ashtray hole, and he said it's got like a louvered cover or something on it. I'm assuming the bottom one's the same way. I don't know how the Biscaynes are or the Impalas, to be truthful. It's been many years since I've done the inside of one. Alright, the only thing I got left is the back end. And if I remember right, it is really close. All I gotta do is finish sanding. I don't think I have to do any more spot putty back here. I hope not, because this area sucks to sand. All right, guys. I've gone over this thing again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So tomorrow morning, I've got to get the firewall prepped. And this section prepped. And then the whole car is ready for cleaning. And I'm debating on how I'm going to clean it. I really should pressure wash it. I really don't want to pressure wash in the trunk because I don't want it down in them quarters. It sucks to get them dried out. But in here, oh man, this is a mess. I might just use the garden hose and just kind of hose it out, kind of wipe it down a little bit, but I'll do something. In here, it'll dry out as long as I don't get it down in the quarters and, you know, just get it cleaned up a little bit. When I prime, I'll handle that. I don't know. I'm tired, guys. Didn't sleep good last night, and it's been a long day. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna call her a day on this today. I'm gonna finish those 2 spots in the morning and then see about getting it cleaned up. And we're gonna hit it again tomorrow. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Till tomorrow, have a blessed evening.